My name is Hugo Concha. I'm a health science major with a writing minor, and I'll be graduating this spring, 2018. My ultimate goal in life is to be a practicing pediatric hematologist oncologist and a cancer biologist. I was a POE intern at St. Jude Children's Research Hospital in Memphis, Tennessee. I found out through the Career Center here and through the program over there that I was actually the first Stony Brook undergraduate to be accepted into that program. And that really kind of blew my mind, if you will, because I had no background in genetics before that summer, and I kind of took a crash course in genetics and biochemistry. The biggest, or I think the coolest technique that I learned and used a lot was called CRISPR, and it's pretty much like a gene editing tool. This is literally just being able to cut out genes of any kind of cell, whether it's a regular normal cell or a cancer cell. If you can cut out a certain gene that you know can give somebody a risk for some kind of cancer or some kind of disease, then you could potentially be finding a new a target for drug therapy. I was focusing on lung cancer and ovarian cancer, and if the genes that I cut out were they essential for the cells to survive. So pretty much I was cutting these specific genes in ovarian and lung cancer throughout the whole summer and testing if the cells could live after those genes were removed. The biggest mistake that I made last summer was doing an experiment on the wrong type of cells. So I was working with two different cell lines, lung cancer and ovarian cancer, and I was supposed to do one kind of experiment on the ovarian cancer cells and then another kind on the lung cancer cells. And the way it works with cancer cells, or just cells in general, you have to treat them like a pet, where you have to feed them every 2 to 3 days so they can keep growing healthy, so you can use them and take them out and use them for experiments. So after taking my time to cultivate these cells and have my cells ready for experiments, I did the wrong experiment on those cells that I spent about a week getting ready for that. It's better to take your time doing it at your pace and doing it right than rushing and messing up and having your mentor not upset at you, but wasting time, I guess you can say, from learning the next technique or doing the next part of the process. The memory that stands out the most is at the end of the summer when I presented to the St. Jude faculty and my peers and my lab. It was nerve-wracking because it's very hard to get or produce results or good data in a span of 10 to 12 weeks. And when I presented, it was kind of like I was on autopilot. The feedback was really what I remember the most, just everybody clapping and asking great questions afterwards. One of the things that I'd like to really share is for those who have not had the chance to experience research or aren't sure if they could experience or want to, I always say that you should try it at least once, because I was one of those students where I wasn't sure if I wanted to do research. There's a lot of benefits, obviously, of doing research, not only for the community and the public that you're working for, but for yourself as a person. You learn a lot of time management skills, you learn a lot of multitasking skills, and some of the perks that come along with it is you get to travel, and most of the time for free. If you really focus, like I said, you can get into any program or do whatever it is that you want. I didn't always want to be a doctor. This was maybe my decision about 2 years ago that I decided to pursue medicine, and it was only because I realized that I could do it, and I actually had the confidence and developed my own confidence, and now I'm doing it. So just believe in yourself and stay focused.